understand that the city doesn't have a way of doing salvage every building.
Well, hey everybody, today we're at the old Melbourne High School right off of New Haven Avenue. Walter and Dave and I and my son Ryan, we're gonna check the building out, and so come along and let's go look at the 1926 Melbourne High School in Melbourne, Florida. Welcome to Melbourne High School. I like this bulletin board. This is right up the steps from the front door, up the steps. So as you would come into school, I would imagine you would see all your bulletins and all the stuff that you could read as you came to school right here on this board. Man, I can't imagine how many kids from 26 to say 1953 will come down these hallways and then run down these steps out these front doors to go on a spring break or summer break or just a weekend. But to think that so many kids and grandkids of pioneers of Melbourne came down the steps in this school is mind-boggling to me. So pretty cool.
Well, I think I mentioned that the school closed in '53. It actually closed in 1955. But it's really incredible that the current location of Melbourne High School has been open twice as long as this building that was open from 1926 to 1955. The future is very uncertain for this building. It's a hot topic right now in the city of Melbourne, but to explore it and walk around the hallways and go up and down the steps, walk on the wood floors that all these kids walked on, look out the same windows that they gazed out when they were going to school here. It's really, really incredible. The walls, the floors, everything seems very fundamentally sound. There was no standing water anywhere. Obviously, time does do its own damage. However, the foundation of the building seems so strong. We're really hopeful that they can find a way to save this building, but we'll see.
And then upstairs to really the first floor of the school. There's a lot of history in these classrooms. It's really something else. I'm thinking these here were probably offices. Principal office and that kind of stuff. They're just too small to be classrooms, and they're right by the front door. So, got to assume that these were the offices. There's another clue right there. So I think one of these, I'm sure, was Ruth Henniger's office somewhere in here back in the day. He didn't fare too well. And that's interesting. Hey Dave, you're pretty techie. Can you crack a safe? Still blown away by the history that came through those doors right there. The classroom. A long chalkboard. Interesting. All this stuff, I'm sure, is from the building next door where they have a lot of plays and productions. They're using this apparently as some storage. Another old classroom. Here's a real good look at a room on the top floor.
Yeah, this would be easy to turn into apartments, condos.
So yeah, this is a great room. Look at that. It's wonderful. There's an old prop from the haunted house. Hey, play a tune. Oh, cool.
ISO.
What's 35 millimeter film? I don't know what that is.
That's what I use on my camera. It takes pictures.
What, did you find that camera in the school?
I don't miss the days of 35 millimeter film. You gotta go find someplace dark to open up your camera, stick the film in there, try to slide it across the little wheels, get it to latch in.
You know what he's talking about? I don't know what he's talking about.
Gotta know what 35 millimeter film is. And once you got it in the dark and you got it all closed up, then you can come back out and you can take pictures. And then you had a little number dial that would tell you 26 shots, 25 shots. And then when you got down to 0, you'd panic. Then you had to go find someplace dark again.
You remember the day you used to have to really be picky about what pictures you took because you only had so many?
Yeah, you had to imagine what you were looking at in your head. And then you had to focus and ask yourself questions. Is there a telephone pole behind my subjects? If I take this picture, will there be a telephone pole growing out of their head? Are there electrical lines drooping across the picture I'm about to take? Are there cracks in the sidewalk where maybe if I adjust to the left or adjust to the right, I can get rid of the cracks and make a nice picture?
You got any photos on that new phone?
Phone? I thought that was a
I know,
tablet.
yeah, it looks like a tablet, doesn't it? It's a great view. Here's the side door on the west side of the building where you could take you down to the basement where they'd use the haunted house. Pretty creepy look.
Real compliments? Okay. All right, both.
Wow. Hope one of these don't move. Wow. Well, I could feel that someone's about to scare the hell out of me. Could have had a couple bodies laying on top of there or something. My guess. Yeah, there's one right there. So just do your thing.
Oh, here, let me jump in there. You gonna take pictures or you taking video?
I'm doing both. Want to get a few photos also. You know, Dave, I find these abandoned schools pretty creepy. Anything particular about this one you find creepy?
Oh, all the blood-soaked shower curtains and walls and
Yeah, that'll do it.
bathtub.
It does remind you of that bathroom scene, doesn't it? Oh, this is wonderful.
Ew.
You know, it's funny how this old time furniture is so much sturdier than.
Oh, yeah.
The library show.
Mm-hmm. They have this is like what they had in Lizzie Borden's house.
Back around 30 years ago, give or take a few, the Melbourne JCs put on a haunted house every Halloween. It was a fundraiser of theirs that they used annually, and it was really, really well done. You can see from the props here that they put a lot of time into it. Used to scare the daylights out. It was very popular. A lot of people came from all over to go to it, but they used to be able to touch you and grab you and really scare the daylights out of you. That they had to take a hands-off approach after a few years because of some complaints, maybe even a lawsuit or two, I'm not sure. But nonetheless, it was still very, very scary. They did a great job. Really incredible to see all these remnants laying around here, all these props and such. You'll see my son Ryan behind a fence here in a little bit. And I remember this one distinctly because you would walk through and think you're safe. There's this crazy man behind a fence eating some flesh or something. And then as you're walking out, he had creeped around the corner and come and he's right in your face. And I just remember it being extremely, extremely scary.
Yeah, you're just up against the wall as you come in front of us.
You know, I remember that.
Yeah, strapped in.
This is gonna hurt. Oh.